So now what I'm going to do is the exact same exercise. However, the way that I'm going to focus on this is not just moving my stick up and down as fast as possible, but also doing a crossover as fast as possible. Whether I'm working on the stick over stick crossover like this or wrist over wrist crossover like this, my goal is to get into that position as quickly as possible. So this is actually going to work on your pecs, interestingly enough, because you're going to be doing this quick motion, and you're going to feel it up here and on the sides that connect right with your armpit. Okay, so it's kind of a interesting motion where you're specifically working on that crossover speed from one hand to the next. Okay, so while I'm playing through this, I'm going to strike and quickly move to the next position. Whether it's a right hand crossover or left hand crossover, it does not matter. Trying to move as quickly as I can. Is realizing I was going too far and almost doing wrist over wrist. So I spent a good amount of time working on one specific thing, and the way that I was working on this was isolating it out. So I did just all vertical, so all on one drum. Then, okay, I'm only going to do the accents on drum 3 and my taps on drum 1, so that makes it so that I can focus on isolating out the left-hand crossovers and work on that. Then I flip that, whoop, so that it's on drum 2 and drum 1, so that all my right-hand crossovers are being worked on. And then I did it so that I did right hand, left hand were all crossovers while doing that. So it's good to isolate out stuff like that and not just work on like both crossovers simultaneously. Just focus on doing one at a time so you can make sure that the hand that's underneath is staying in the correct position and that you're hitting in the correct location with the hand that crosses over. That was not a mistake. That was just the alternative ending for Slow Paradiddle with Cheese Tudicas. It's not written out, but it's been passed down generation through generation orally because it's, learning by rote. Just listening to other drummers play. I'm making up stuff. Slow, fast, slow is amazing for making it so that you can just say, hey, I've got X amount of time, like in this case, 10 minutes. I want to just sit here and work on one thing. So in this case, I want to work specifically on tenor sweeps, on 2 strokes, moving across 2 different drums, and speaking is messing me up. But this is going to start very slow at 40, and then get to whatever a breaking point speed is, and then slow back down again. So this is great for working not only on chops to push your hands to play faster, but also for working on technique. So ideally, the way that I'm practicing right now while going slow is going to be the same when I'm playing fast. And we'll find out when we slow it back down to see if it still feels the same or if I have a change in my technique. This might be my breaking point. My arms are tired. Oh, slowed down right towards the end. Now, another interesting thing that you can do is actually completely improvise what you want to do. So basically make up your own version of stick control while you're doing this. So this is something that I would do with like show music or an exercise or whatever, specifically when working with a tenor line, is we'd play through a pattern all in one drum. Then we play through the pattern where you make up whatever your kind of crossover stuff you want to do while you're playing it. And then you do it again, actually playing it as written. So this forces you to think of the rhythm, or the sticking pattern in this case, while you're moving around on the drum and just kind of experimenting with some things. So it's something that I highly actually recommend doing with any tenor line or with your own practicing while you're doing this. Woo-wee! That's fun. I like it. Yeah. It's only when it's a consistent error that I feel I need to actually sit down and work on it. If it's just, hey, I was distracted, then the issue isn't the mistake that I made. The issue is the fact that I was distracted. Like right there, the issue is that I was speaking and it's messing me up. This is harder to do than just playing normally. So I don't need to sit there and go, oh, I need to work that up. No, I just need to not speak while I'm drumming. That right there is relaxed technique. Okay, well, I smell a dog fart, which is interesting because the dogs are in the other room. So that tells me that either their tummies are really messed up or maybe they had an accident on the carpet. So, yeah, I'm gonna check that real quick. All three of them are laying right outside of the door. Like, literally, one of them's right up against it and the other two are right next to them. So they're just farting into the door crack, apparently. So that's why I can smell it so potently. I should light some incense after the close of this particular stream. I'm focusing on the tap immediately after the accent. I noticed that it was a little like that. Or like decrescendos. In other words, the first tap is too high, which is why I'm focusing on this. Ah! Perfect. Add that to the collection of sticks that were dropped. So if you like this exercise, you can do it from 40 all the way up to 200 beats per minute. And there are 1,200 more hours of drumming content for free on my website. Just go to jaredoleary.com/drum.